Possible to have too many old typewriters, or are they like sewing machines where you could just keep collecting them? I have an old one like this already, but this one was just gorgeous. And mine doesn't have the nifty label from the typewriter company, which in my mind makes this one neater. I couldn't believe that they only wanted $14.95 for it. And I'm sure it doesn't work. I'm sure you couldn't get ribbons for it, but that is totally beside the point. The other thing I love is the little window in the side. There is an old Stephen King story called The Ballad of the Flexible Bullet, where there's a little elf that lives in the typewriter, and there's a scene involving that window. I had forgotten that story until I saw this typewriter, and now I want to dig it out and read it again. I'm Michelle, and this is my romantic tangle, and let's go thrifting. This is the store that I used to avoid, but since finding some really great stuff here on my last trip, I'm much more enthusiastic about it than I used to be. Does anyone know what this happy birthday box is for? Because I feel like I'm missing something. There's a trivet, but I've got a bunch in a box at home, and a vintage thermometer that on hindsight, especially looking at that 99-cent price tag, I should have brought that one home. I love these little shadow boxes with the three-dimensional miniature scenes inside. They're just so cute. And I have talked myself out of more of them over the years because lack of wall space, lack of an actual need for them when I already have 3.5 dollhouses in my house already. I'm not sure I could justify bringing one of them home. So far, I haven't found the one that I can't leave behind. And here's another silverware box. I am no authority on what battered old silverware boxes should cost, but $19.99 seems way too much for me. I am getting ready to renovate the one that I found a couple of months ago, and I might need more than one of them. I'm not sure. That Birch Lane Cruel kit was still there. I have been back since filming this, and it's gone now. It never did go to half price that I saw, but that's okay. And I was so intrigued by this magazine. It was about antiques and Americana, but the publication date was 1930 something. I wanted to bring it home, but the price seemed really high for a magazine that looked like it was missing a lot of its pages. I had hoped it would still be there when the sticker went half price, but it wasn't. This style of wicker bassinet, that's what I had as a baby, and lately I am seeing them everywhere, which puzzles me a bit because maybe I misunderstand the rules about selling old baby stuff that doesn't meet the current safety codes. Hopefully no one is putting a baby in one. St. Vinny's has been open for a while now, and although I found some of my greatest needlework hauls here in previous years, since they reopened a few weeks back, I don't think I have found a single thing here that I have purchased, which is a shame because it used to be one of my absolute favorite stores. I like these little racks. I don't know what they would have originally been for. Those would be fun to display miniatures in. But I talked myself out of it. If you watch the channel, you know I do a lot of talking myself out of things, and I also talked myself out of these two, even though I think they would be really fun for a future mantelscape at $24.99 for the two of them. That's too rich for my blood. These are all over in the thrift stores, so sooner or later I will find the one that I would like to have and bring home with me. One thing about this store, they keep moving the crafts section. It is half the year, I think it's in one end of the store, and then they put out the Christmas stuff or the Halloween stuff and move it to the other half of the store. So it's always a little bit of hide and seek. At least they've moved it away from the electronics because that was always a crowded corner. I like this cross-stitch pattern with the raccoons, but knowing that I'm not likely to ever actually stitch it, the price was too high for me. Having said that, I haven't found anything in a while. They do have cross stitch stuff at this moment and some nice quilt patterns, but none of them were exciting enough for me to bring home. The prices are a, it is a great deal if you are comparing it to what it would cost brand new in the quilt shop or the needlework shop, but they're a little too high to make them an easy impulse purchase. And what I am looking for in the thrift store for the most part are those easy impulse purchases where it's just 49 cents or 99 cents and you can bring that project home and add it to your stash. Especially with some of the multiple page patterns, I'm leery of spending a lot of money and getting home and finding that it's missing a sheet. The Castle Sampler by Teresa Wensler, I will count that as a find, and I hemmed and hawed and could not remember if it was in the Best of Teresa Wensler book that I have at home. Unfortunately, I guessed wrong, and I did spend a little bit too much money on that one, but that's okay. I think I know someone who will take it off my hands and hopefully be happy to have it. That's what there was on this trip. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle, and this is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you again soon.